Hello, guys. Hello, and welcome to the Laws of the Enchantress. And also, Hesesput Economics, Hesesput. And depending on what page you're on, either Laws of the Enchantress or Hesesput, please go ahead and like and subscribe, like and subscribe. And I wanted to do this video on both of my channels because I think it's really important. So you're probably seeing some really nice images now. You're seeing Steph Curry and his wife. You're seeing all kinds of images. And the name of this video is The Inconvenient Truth. And you're probably like, what's going on, Connie? And it's about Christianity. It is about traditionalism. It is about femininity. And it's about the lie that's being told to Black women. And I know right now you're seeing everything happening with Ciara. And if you're catching this video, hopefully it comes out soon enough. Ciara is having a lot of issues in the hip hop community. A lot of people, rappers, and even radio stations have been calling her husband a simp, have been calling her husband names. But why? There's been a rash of really strong Christian couples coming out that the industry and even the Black community seems to want to hide and deny. This is Megan Good and her husband, who is I think he's a pastor minister, and they also waited. They were celibate before they got married. And you really don't hear about them much in the Black community. It's like Megan Good is gone, and she was like a hot girl. Ciara, we know, got married, gorgeous ring that she has there. And we all know that she was celibate with her husband, and he is a devout, well-spoken, outspoken Christian. And you would think men in the community would be proud. They'd be like, yeah, he makes you guys look good. He's treating her well. She's happy. She's loved. She's glowing. They had their first child. But the opposite effect is happening. And I think it's closely related not just to femininity, not just traditional real values, but it's also related to Christianity because we're seeing a rash of Black couples opening up. You had Megan Good and her husband. And now you have Ciara, who is more attached to that urban community. And the reason why I said that is because her ex was Future. And Future has about like 4 different kids, 4 different children, moms. And I think we've never had such a close Christian couple to the urban community. The closest we had was Megan Good and Devin Franklin, which is, they've been advocating, this is their book. They talk about, prayerful practices, talk about celibacy and Christianity. And if you notice, ever since she came out as a devout Christian, Hollywood doesn't really put her in movies, and she is a drop dead gorgeous Black woman. And she's still young enough to be in movies, and you just don't see her. And she expressed this sentiment in one of her interviews that Hollywood wants nothing to do with her because she's so outspoken as a Black woman, which is kind of weird because anything goes in Hollywood, but I guess not Black Christianity that's pushing family values. And Megan Good was a very hot, very attractive, really well known, in the urban community. But once she got married to this man and they had a celibate relationship, something happened. And I think Black women are being told lies. Something's happening that a Christian marriage is causing all this madness. And you would think in a community where marriage percentages are low, where out of wedlock percentages are high, where Black women, even when they get married and marry in their own communities, the divorce rate is 3 times higher. You would think this type of marriage and this type of family would be a positive thing. But I think we're seeing the ultimate backlash when it comes to Ciara, because Ciara was dating a rapper and Ciara was in that hip hop community. And I think, that's why people are calling him a simp and calling him corny and calling him a square. We're not used to this type of pedigree of man in the hip hop community. And Ciara's very influential. She's very beautiful, still quite popular, and she's married to a very popular NFL player, and she just photographs really well, and people have her all over magazines. Unlike Megan Good, who's not that well known outside of the Black community. She's a C-list actress at best. God bless her heart. But she doesn't have the star power. So you're not going to see her getting attacked like Ciara is. And plus her association to the industry wasn't as closely linked as Ciara was to the urban. So what am I saying? They are terrified Because Ciara has influence. They are terrified because she has an album called Level Up. And never before in the Christian community have we seen such a sexy, sultry, beautiful woman advocating who is knee deep and drenched in hip hop. You have Denzel Washington, who also attributes his 3-decade marriage to gender norms, to traditionalism. Another man who said his wife made his house a home when they asked him. The energy she brought to the house, he talked about her food, he talked about her raising the kids. He said that was the heavy weight. And when they spoke to Megan Good and her husband, she talked about celibacy and Christianity and having a foundation of faith. And there's been a massive backlash in the Black community from Black women talking about the perils of Christianity. And I believe that. But not every church is the same. You have a bad experience with a man, you don't turn gay. You're gay because you're born gay. You don't have a bad experience with a man and say, I'm not touching a penis ever again. No, 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 no. That's not how it works. Obviously, there's chickens. You have the church of 4 chicken wings and biscuits. I call it the chicken wings of pork fried rice churches, the messed up churches. You got Steph Curry and Aisha Curry, who are a very openly devout Christian family. Ladies, the recipe for a successful marriage, for a happy marriage, is there. Traditionalism, traditional values, faith, family, it's staring you in the face. Ciara went from future and really having a real future with this man in the picture you're seeing here. And the reason the hip hop community, especially the males in the hip hop community, keep attacking him, laughing at him, radio stations, Houston, all over. The reason why he isn't heralded as a champion of making other men look good is because they don't want this shit to catch on. The reason why Megan Good and her husband really wasn't attacked, because she's not that popular. She doesn't really have any movies. But when you're talking about Ciara, Ciara's all over. Ciara's worth about like, what, $20 million. Ciara has money. And she was viciously attacked, called a gold digger. And any kind of like format that has an option to give your opinion, you can just see men attacking her, calling her use, and just looking for any reason to tarnish this relationship that actually makes men look good. All the time, men don't like to be labeled. They don't like to be called players. They don't like to be called baby daddies. They don't like to be called thugs. And now you have a guy who totally reversed that entire ensemble. And the typical guy in the urban community doesn't have his back. You might say, oh, not everyone, but the consensus is this guy's a square. Same thing with Curry. He goes through that, oh, you soft, you light skin phase. But this guy is the pinnacle of a Christian family who's openly Christian with an openly Christian wife. Tradition works. Gender roles work. As long as both parties are respected. As long as both parties, they asked Angela Bassett about her long marriage to her husband, who's actually a pastor. It's like a taboo. You have all these, I'll bet a lot of you didn't know Angela Bassett talks about it. Research it. You don't gotta listen to me about her Christian husband and pastor and says faith and God is the foundation of their success. Why are we hiding? Then you got LaToya, I think Tuckett, married to Tamikis Walker. And she left that guy who was actually dissing Ciara earlier today. And she's happy. And they're a Christian couple. I just want to know why the Black community is so terrified of these couples. And Ciara's been married to Russel for a long time. Not that long, but it's not that new. And you still have men after men coming on the radio, making comments, doing live shows, putting down this couple, speaking bad. And people want to just hop over the fact that Megan Good is also married to a fine, reputable Christian man. Christianity is not perfect. Just like men are not perfect, just like women are not perfect. But the fundamentals of Christianity, when you do it the right way, are correct. You're not supposed to get beaten and slapped and kicked and punched down the stairs. That's not the fundamentals. That's a warped form. Like I said, If you get into a bad relationship with a couple of men, 10 men, 15 men, there's no amount of men that can fuck up my life that'll make me say, okay, no more penis, I'm going to try vagina. What I'm trying to say is, we have the foundation. Traditionalism works. Take a look at Ciara. Everybody keeps talking about, oh, level up, level up. But what exactly did Ciara level up to? Are you guys paying attention? She got a man of faith. She got a man before she even came into the picture, had a high regard for marriage. This guy also, with his wife, way back in the day, he's a big Christian too. If you saw the show on MTV, this guy, Terry, he's a massive Christian. But it's like they don't want that to catch on in the Black community, in mainstream. Let's say that stuff for the gospel channels. Ciara is a threat. Not because Russell's a square, not because Russell's corny, it's because of the principles he holds, the high standards and the values that he places on marriage, that he places on being a husband and a father, and that he honors and cherishes his wife, the obvious love and adoration he gushes at every opportunity to show. I bet a lot of you didn't know Angela Bassett's husband is a pastor. And they're big Christians. Angela Bassett looks terrific. Obviously, that marriage is working out for her, and she's a strong woman. She's a great actress. She's out there. She's not out there being submissive and hiding behind her husband's back, all the lies they tell you. There's good and bad in every metric. But what we have done in the Black community was throughout all tradition, throughout all culture, throw everything away. We took the baby, the bath, the nursery, we took the whole shit and threw it out the window. And now we have a hot mess that's not working. And we have great examples. You have Aisha Curry and Steph Curry, who are a Christian couple, and they give you a great example. Traditionalism matters, guys. It helps you. As a feminine healing sacred, that's the type of relationship that's good for Black women, where you're allowed to be feminine. You're allowed to be vulnerable. You're allowed to be soft. Being a mother, being a wife are actual roles that are respected in the right metrics, in the right dimensions. Being a wife and mother is the most important job. If you think it's a bullshit, try to hire a nanny. Try to hire a cook. Try to hire a chauffeur. Try to hire a personal chef. Try to hire somebody to clean your house. If you think this is not real work, that's why Black women are drained. You can't even enjoy being a wife. You can't even enjoy being a mother. You're working 40, 50 hours and you're coming home and doing your second job, where you're cooking and cleaning and washing and vacuuming. And don't forget, you got to be emotional available for these kids. You just can't throw money at your kids. You got to make sure as a mother, you're checking their homework. You're seeing if, Daquan is okay with school and Shanique was not having sex with her 9-year-old boyfriend. You got to make sure you're actively there. And don't forget, you still got to take care of yourself because your husband needs to look at you. Don't forget, you got to have energy for sex. Don't forget, you got to go to the gym. So these women are traditionalists. Like I am. I am a hardcore traditionalist. And sometimes people don't understand what I'm saying, but I've looked into the eyes of tired Black women. I've heard their voice. I've heard their cries when they can't do anything because they're overwhelmed. When the work they do at home is not respected. When the work they do in the house is not protected. It's not giving a status. They're not allowed to be feminine and soft and demure. But you have to understand, traditionalism matters. And I'm not telling you to be Christian. I'm not telling you to be Muslim. I'm not telling you to be Hindu. I'm not telling you to be anything. But the fact is, you need a systems of culture. You need a tradition. You need something. You need a blueprint. Okay? You got to follow something. If you're building a house, you don't freestyle a house, do you? Do you freestyle a house? Do you just come up to the yard and be like, yo, we're going to build this, son. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Before you build anything of significance, before you build anything of greatness, you have to have a damn blueprint. You got Black people going into marriage with no blueprint. You got Black women going into dating with no blueprint. They have no idea if they're coming or going. And then when they crash and burn, they get mad. Ciara crashed and burned. But she picked herself up, got herself out the lane, and she said, you know what? I'm going to find a direction. I'm going to find a path. I'm going to find a blueprint. And that's why she's happy. That's why she's happy. And they're terrified because if this catches on, oh shit, son, what are we going to do? If Aisha Curry and Steph Curry becomes the standard, oh shit, son, what are they going to do? If women start saying, I want a man who can provide, protect, and lead, I want a Christian man or any type of man with morals, any type of man with integrity, any type of man that wants tradition and gender, what the hell's going to happen? So, of course, they got to ridicule her. Of course, they got to call her out of her name. Of course, they got to say she had sex with everybody. They have to do anything in their power. They've been married for at least over a year, at least 2 years now. Got to be at least 2 years. And you still have men up in their feelings coming on the radio yesterday and taking time like a female to come out of their mouth and talk about their relationships when you got men having children all over the place, when you got men committing domestic abuse, when you got black women that are unprotected, unprovided, unloved, unvalued, and broken down in the black community. It is utterly ridiculous. This is what's disturbing you? You have the power of the mic, the power of the mic, the power to reach out there and network with people. And that's what's disturbing you. That's the flavor of the day. Ciara's rich, Russell's rich. They're both good looking. What is the problem? He's loving somebody else's son, respecting it. He's making her smile. He's making her glow. He's showing her love. They don't want to see black women like that. Well, they can't say she's fat. They can't say she's ugly. They can't say she's uneducated. They tried to say in the interview, the gentleman, which I won't say his name, in the interview, tried to say that she was a gold digger, tried to say that she was after his money, which makes absolutely no sense. She's very successful in her own right. Sure, he's an NFL player, but Ciara is a top music performer for years. She has an album out now called Level Up. And I'm telling you, the reason why they're very threatened is because this is the closest that the urban hip hop community has been to with this type of relationship. They are not comfortable. They do not want Ciara to influence young black girls. They don't want young black girls to have expectations of celibacy. Oh shit. They don't want black girls to have expectations of marriage. Oh no. They don't want black girls to have expectations of engagement rings and bachelor parties and not just fucking baby showers and proms. They don't want black girls to have that. That's why he's being attacked. That's why he's being called a square. That's why he's being called corny. A brother that made it to the NFL, that's corny. A brother that got sneakers, that's corny. A brother that has a wife that looks like a black Victoria's Secrets model, that's corny. Isn't it funny? They bother her, and they don't bother Kanye and West married to Kim Kardashian. They don't bother any basketball players that are married or dating Khloe Kardashian. They don't really, not like this. This is old. They've been married. They got married a while ago. This is not new. This is not new. But yet, they're acting like it's new. They're acting like it's new. Yeah, how long has Ciara been married to Russell? Does anyone know? How long? They've been together since when? They got married July 6, 2016. It is now July 8, 2018. July 5th, 2018. And these guys can't get over it, that they're happy and in love. And it's not about, I'm telling you, it's not about them being happy. It's not jealousy. You have other couples that are together, but the fact that he's walking around with a girl that was dating a big hip hop future, like Future, walking around talking about Christianity, walking around talking about he was celibate, walking around every chance this man gets, he's enchanted, he's enchanted, he's enchanted. He's obviously enchanted, completely smitten with her. He looks for each and every opportunity to express his love for her. They're not used to that in the hip hop community. And to top it off, he's Christian. He don't want to curse. He talks about spirituality. He tells people he used to spend nights hugging her. And the guys are making fun of him. The same guys that have 3, 4, 5 kids. The same guys that can't even, go to sleep at night because they got different baby mothers calling them. The same guys that have all the stuff to say about girls sleeping around and this one's a hoe and that one's a hoe. She goes against the norm. You know what she does? She calls their bluff. For all the men that's out there saying, oh, they want a decent woman, they can't handle a decent woman. They can't handle celibacy. They can't handle a woman who's ready to get married. Do you see the contrast of how she was degraded and dragged by Future, humiliated? Do you know what power it took for her to manifest and say, you know what, I'm going to take my power back? And that's what I teach in the course. You're going to have people attack you, say things about you, come for you. And you know what? All of it is powerless if you don't give them your energy. Ciara could have became bitter. She could have been still going after Future and arguing back and forth and getting all heated. But she became powerful. This guy said some horrible things about Ciara. I read the newspaper. He said some horrible things about her. As she had to sue him. It got so bad, she went to court and took legal action. She actually had to sue him. But guess what? She didn't give him her personal energy. She didn't go back and forth. She put her energy into loving herself, loving her man, in her marriage, in her Christianity, in her newfound faith. And I'm telling you, the recipe for happiness is not elusive. The recipe for happiness for Black women is not elusive. I talk about COC. I talk about COC. You know what CO is? Character over color. I don't care if he's Black. I don't care if he's white. I don't care if he's multicolored. I don't care if he's 5 different nationalities. When you get your ass hurt, when you're a female, and you get your heart broken in 15 different places, your heart's so broken you gotta grab your chest on some Stanford and Son shit. Oh, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Your heart's broken. And you can sit down and you say, I need to look at the qualities. I need to vet, no matter what the color is, but I need to look at the qualities of the man. What qualities am I looking for? Christian, conservative, family values, marriage-minded, traditionalist, protector, provider, leader. And when you put those qualities and you use those qualities, regardless, no one gets a pass. That is what Ciara did. She sat down and she said she manifested. When you see these Christian couples, one thing about any faith, any religion, is that they really put a lot of time into thinking and praying, and they really fill their head with positivity. They take charge of their thoughts. They take charge of their intentions. They take charge of their expectations. And if you expect something, it's more likely to happen. If you have good expectations, shit, good things might happen. If you got bad expectations, bad things might happen. And Black women need to understand, if you stop looking at the external and start looking at the quality and the character, you can get a good man like Megan Good. No matter what the color is. You got to put your happiness and well-being first. You got to put what you need to make you happy first. And that should be character. Character over color. Character over color, not color over character. Because I truly believe when you see rappers like Eve, who was knee deep in the urban community, I can tell you Eve wasn't waking up in the morning saying, I'm going to find me a rich billionaire with 4 kids. She didn't do that. She probably got her ass hurt and said, I need character. I need a good man who's going to love me, adore me, protect me, and cherish me. And you don't got to go crazy. You don't got to make yourself mad. Remember, you're the prize. Never hold anyone higher than you. You are the prize. You are to be pursued. You are to be adored. You are to be cherished. You are to be coveted, protected, respected, held high. And a real man has absolutely no problem. If you are the right woman for him, child, a real man will push everything out the way to show the whole world how much he loves you. And I know that from experience because I'm experiencing that right now. A real man that wants to be with you, land can't stop him, sea can't stop him, air can't stop him. And he gets pleasure. When he is enchanted, he gets pleasure out of showing you love because you feel good. He gets joy out of making you happy because you feel good. He gets a high off of seeing you smile. And that's what an enchantress is. Your man is enchanted. But it's not that complicated. The simple thing is, you are to be pursued. I've learned from my mistakes. I've learned from dating with a lack of confidence. I learned from dating with a lack of insecurity. And guess what? I knew all the right things all along. My mom told me. My dad told me. My parents been married for over 41 years. Happily, healthy, robust marriage. And my mother been telling me my entire life, the best coach you can ever have. That you are to be loved and adored. You are to be pursued. Men do that. Men are territorial. There's absolutely no reason as a black woman why you should be confused at any point. Text don't come, don't chase him. He not calling, don't look for him. But the fact is, these marriages, whether it's Megan Good or Denzel Washington or Angela Bassett, you're seeing a trend. And finally that trend has approached the hip hop community and all hell has broken loose. Every 5 minutes, it's somebody saying something negative about Russell. This couple, too, very Christian, devout. We all know who that is. And that's a Christian man. Am I saying you got to be Christian? No, absolutely not. But the qualities are consistent. Love you, honor you, put you first, protect you, provide for you. And the men who don't agree with this, that's great. It's a free country. You can vote for Democrat, you can vote for Republican, you could be gay or straight. It's a free country. You don't have to agree with it, and you don't have to spend your time and waste your energy into fighting with those guys who don't agree with it. You don't have to fight on the phone to try to get, You don't have to do that. You can have the life, the marriage, the happiness, the mental well-being. You can have it. And I'm going to tell you something real quick. Black women don't have a patriarchy. We had this conversation earlier. Black women don't have a patriarchy. I'm going to do another video to tell you the truth and lift the skirt up. A patriarchy is a society that's led by men and the power is passed down from the head of the family to the next generation. We don't have that in the black community. That's one of the biggest reasons why things are broken. That's why black women every other day, cops is calling them in the campus. They can't get an Airbnb. Black women can't ride a plane. There's no laws in society that are set up to protect us because our men don't have a patriarchy. Our men are broken. You can't have both. You can't say guys are deadbeats and unwed moms and baby daddies. And on the other side, they in charge of everything. No, they're not. Not our men. Or the men, if you don't want to claim them. Okay, not our men. And then the people who have a patriarchy, the women that claim that the men are so evil and men are so bad, they made sure that Donald Trump won the presidency. That's what you need to understand. 53% of all white women that voted in the last election, they voted for Donald Trump. There's a reason why they did that. They had the opportunity for the first time, to vote for a fellow woman. And they decided to not kick out the so-called evil patriarchy. I want you guys to think about that. If patriarchy is so bad for white women and so evil and feminists are so 53%, and not just not vote for Donald Trump, they missed the chance that I'll probably never see it again in my lifetime till I die, to put the first woman in office. And she was a fellow white girl. Black women, we did our role. Spanish women, we did our role. If it wasn't for the white female vote, Donald Trump would not be in office. So I need you to sit down and really think about this so-called patriarchy. They love their protection. They love their status. White women are powerful. We almost had a white president that was a female. If patriarchy is that bad, that will never happen. You want to see a real patriarchy? Take your ass to Saudi Arabia. You want to see a real patriarchy? Go to Sri Lanka or England or not England, my bad, India or Bangladesh. Go to those countries and you'll see where women are not respected. Women are not protected. There's no laws. America is not perfect. I'll be the first one to tell you. Not perfect. But there are laws protecting their white women in their white patriarchy. When it comes to us, we don't have no men passing down power and leadership to the next generation. The patriarchy is dead. Guys standing on the corner is not a patriarchy. Basketball, NBA players are not a patriarchy. Hip hop and rap music is not a patriarchy. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just keeping it real. And the reason why it's so important for Black women to hear this is because you need male leadership. That's the way that you're going to get your power, just like Becky did. Becky stood on the shoulders of the giant, and now Becky can see higher than the giant. The Me Too movement has been crashing and destroying male infrastructures within their own demographics. Trust me, white women and white men are having their own war right now. You just don't know about it because you're a sister. You just don't know about it because ain't no one telling you. But they're having a war right now because white women don't want a patriarchy. They want to be in charge. They don't want equality. They want to be on top. There's a war going on that we're not involved in. But you have to understand the reason they even got that position, the reason why Hillary Clinton was even able to run, is because she was the wife of the president. She used that power. The reason why white women, you can't touch them or the cops protect them is because their men put laws in place to protect them. But meanwhile, Black women are being told, evil, evil, patriarchy, patriarchy, don't get married, don't get married, don't get married, all the negative stuff. And the white women's telling you the same thing too, but the difference is Becky goes home to a rich husband. Becky goes home to a nice man. Becky goes home and she gets to be feminine. She gets to do her nails. She gets to get her facials. She gets to go to the spa. She gets to do all these things. All these things. Meanwhile, in Blackville, you're working 2, 3 jobs. If you're married, you still gotta come home and do cooking and cleaning and laundry and take care of the kids, make sure the kids do their homework, take the kids to the doctor, take the kids to the basketball game, take the kids to practice, make sure the kids getting tutoring, they're falling behind in school, and also have a bond with your kids. Museum, parks, zoos, whatever you might do. And then on top of it, you gotta still keep yourself looking nice. Even if it's not for your man, at least for you. Go to the gym, take care of yourself, whatever it may be. And that's why Black women are angry. All the traditional values. No religion, no cohesive religion that's nationally recognized. Not the chicken, pork, fried rice religion, the actual religions that have wealth. In my Laws of Enchantress membership group, we actually reviewed how wealth was connected to gender and faith and religion. How wealth was connected to traditional customs. And that's a big, if you're talking about hypergamy, you can't hypergamy without no structured religion. The numbers are there. You don't gotta listen to me. This is not me pushing a Kanye agenda. I will put all the links in the description box, like I always do. Like I said, I don't do anything special. But I do something unique. And that is, I bring you the facts. I bring you the receipts. I give you information that can better your life. I don't bring you drama. I don't bring you tea. Because at the end of the day, when you turn off this computer, I want to make your life better. This is not about me. This is about you. This is not about me getting hits and clicks. You see my videos. I don't really care about the views I get. I care about the impact I make on your life to make your life better. And I know for Black women, what we're doing right now is not making our life better. There's a lot of Black women that's going to tell you different things. White women, Spanish women, whatever women, women. But they're speaking not for your benefit. They're not speaking off a fact. And the fact is, marriage is an economic booster. People who are married live longer. People who are married are able to acquire wealth and pass that wealth down. Women that are married have better mental health. Women that are married are happier in gender roles. I'm not talking about the fried chicken wing and pork fried rice marriage. I'm not talking about the struggle love marriage. I'm not talking about the marriages that end 3 times faster when you get married. No, I'm talking about where you can be prosperous, where you can be feminine, where you can be loved and adored, and you have the ability, Black women, to enchant your man, love your man, and get that prosperous man. Women are showing you time and time again, when we are feminine and we are healed, there is nothing you cannot do. And let me tell you something. Femininity is not you putting on lipstick. Femininity is not you buying Louboutins and walking good in heels. Anyone that tells you that femininity is external, that's shit. You can look feminine, you can look soft, but that's not femininity. Femininity is energy, it's glowing, it's sensuality, it's eternal. You could have a raincoat on and still be feminine. You can be covered from head to toe. Femininity is the energy. It is the energy, the energy, the energy you give off. And the only way you can give off that special Black feminine sacred energy is if you're healed and whole and happy and confident and loved from the inside out. And the first person to do that for you is you. And we learned that in the Laws of Enchantress. And I believe in that with 100% conviction in my voice. You can't go talk about healing before you love somebody. You have to heal and love yourself and adore yourself, because you are the foundation for anything that you need to do. I don't care if you want to lose weight. I don't care if you want a husband. I don't care if you want to have kids. Anything successful, anything that's coming from a place of pure positivity, anything that's going to make you progress, anything that's going to make your life go higher and higher, has to be built upon a positive foundation. And that positive foundation, you are the first brick. The only reason Ciara was able to move on is because she healed her pain and she loved herself and she said, I deserve better. The only reason Serena Williams was able to move on and choose character over color, COC, character over color, COC, is because she said, I deserve better. The only reason Denzel Washington stayed with his wife and she loved him and back and forth is because he knew his wife loved herself, adored herself. She was allowed to be the feminine sacred, to run the home, to run the household. And he has a 35-year successful marriage because he allowed his Black woman to be a woman. You can have what you want. You got to believe in yourself. And you got to stop listening to people who don't want what you want. If you're trying to lose weight, you're not going to listen to somebody that's going to do a Nathan hot dog contest. If you're trying to lose weight, you're not going to hang out with people, I hope not, that eat 4 Big Macs a day with extra pickle and mac sauce. Your connectivity, your network, your connections, your community matters. And if you got to kick every negative Nancy out of your life, who's just getting you angry, who's just getting you rage, no solutions, no solutions, no solutions. It's the same anger, it's the same piss off. And then you're left just sitting there with your wet panty because you all hot and bothered over nothing. No solutions. Well, this is a solution. You can never go wrong with loving yourself. You can never go wrong with having 100% confidence and value in yourself. You can never go wrong with being sweet and compassionate and loving with yourself. Everything you want out in the world, you have to give it to you. Everything you want from the world, it starts with you. You connect and you vibrate to you. And I'm telling you, people are uncomfortable with couples like this that you're seeing. People are uncomfortable because it shows the world that everything is bullshit. You love yourself, you honor yourself, you will attract that. No matter your size. That's another thing too. Yes, it's good to lose weight. We talked about this. Yes, it's a great thing. But doesn't mean because you're a little bit fluffy, you're a little bit luscious, that you're not entitled. I'll tell you the truth. I lost a lot of weight. I lost over 120 pounds. But I gained back some weight because, I gained back like 20 pounds, 20, 30 pounds. And I wasn't happy with myself. But that's when I met the love of my life. But I wasn't going to meet him. I wasn't going to meet him. I met him online. I was like, oh, I don't want him to see me in person. Let me lose some weight first. I was actually going to put off meeting this person because I didn't think I looked perfect. That's how infected my brain was. And I knew from that point on, the laws of Enchantress, loving myself and healing myself. That's why I became passionate about this program. Because I could have missed the opportunity for the love of my life because it was drilled into my head that I got to be a perfect size. Looks matter, looks matter, looks matter. That's all that matters. That's what was drilled into my head. And I'm not saying I don't enjoy my makeup. Y'all see me. I don't enjoy my wigs. Y'all see me. I don't enjoy my natural hair. I do. I love all the feminine stuff. I'm a big feminine junkie. I love all the girly stuff. Pink, 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 pink. But the best part of me is my energy. The best part of me is my sacred feminine healed. The best part of me is that my feminine energy balances that masculine energy. The best part of me is my feminine energy attracts the alpha male, and the alpha male is a successful male. The alpha male is the male that's going to provide, going to protect, going to lead, going to give you that patriarchy so you can build your matriarchy off of his greatness. Because that's how every woman who is successful, that's how it happens. It's a partnership. It's not an enemy. We're doing it all wrong. We're talking about patriarchy that doesn't belong in a black society. And I'm not saying you're supposed to sit here and wait for your black king. You wait for the character. LeBron James, excellent man. Character over color. Steph Curry, excellent man. Character over color. I don't see the color. I see the character first. And this is coming from a woman who had her heart broken, smashed with a mallet, expectations let down, dreams gone, out the window. But I woke up and I said, these are the qualities I need. Someone who's crazy about me. Someone who's going to adore me. Someone who's going to get up in the morning and I'm the first fucking thing on their fucking mind. Someone who's going to not be scared to provide for me, to go out of their way for me. And I manifested this. I forgot I did. I actually used to fantasize about Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet. And I got exactly that, which is actually funny. Their relationship and my relationship, without the aesthetics, is almost similar. My man is expressive. My man loves me. My man adores me. He's younger than me. Everything is the same. But I am blessed because I was able to open my heart and I knew that I deserved what I got. And you can have it too. But I'm telling you, you need a blueprint. Whatever you decide is important to you, you have to look at the character. And don't worry. If you're meant to be with a Michael B. Jordan, if you're meant to be with, I don't know, whatever, whatever, your Brad Pitt, if you're meant to be with whoever, you're going to attract the right person when you're right to yourself, when you love yourself, and when you focus on the right qualities. You're going to attract your own Russell. You're going to attract your own Alexis. You're going to attract your own Will Smith. You're going to attract your own Barack Obama. You're going to attract your own Prince Harry. You're going to attract the right man when you are the right woman for you. And when I say right woman, it means you love yourself and you respect yourself and you protect yourself and you have confidence and you reinforce and you keep going till you believe, till you believe, till you believe, till you believe. Because I know at first you don't believe. I know how it feels. You look in the mirror, your stomach is big, you got back rolls, and somebody told you that until you get rid of that stomach and back rolls, you're not entitled to love yourself, and that's all wrong. That's why faith is necessary. Without true faith, you're going to be blind. I don't know, put that faith in yourself. Do what you got to do, but you have to have an anchor to the goodness that is you. You can't let people come into your life and drag that away from you. You have to have an anchor to the greatness that is you. You have to have an anchor. You just can't, you know what I'm saying? It just can't be whatever people think about me. That's how I'm going to think about myself. Because people can love you one day and they can hate you tomorrow. People can admire you one day and they don't like you tomorrow. And you can't allow people to control your self-confidence. You can't spend your life defending yourself against what you know is not true. You can't spend your life doing that. Ciara could have been still fighting with this guy because he was still going online and dissing her. But you got to remember, happy people do happy things. Angry people do angry things. Never forget that. There is no scapegoat for that. Don't ever let somebody lie to you and say, well, this person did da-da-da-da. It doesn't matter. Look at people's behavior. Look at the red flags. I love to see people when they're upset. That's one of my specialties. I love to see people when they're disappointed because that's when you see the real person. It's easy to be nice when the sun is shining, the birds are flying. But there's something there in people that do bad things. Like Future, Ciara got very lucky. I know it's sad she had a baby, but she got lucky. Because that guy, the way he's acting now, that's who he really is. Attacking her. Saying that she's not wife material. Saying that she's trash or she's the horrible things. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. So I just want to tell you as Black women, you have a right to be happy. But the thing is that you got to be dedicated to your happiness. You truly have to not allow people to take your happiness. And I'm a master at that. And it took a long time for me to master that. It took me years. But the minute I found out I can't pay my mortgage with your approval, the minute I found out I can't pay my credit card bills with your acknowledgement, the minute I found out that I can't buy shit with your accountability, I was like, wow, why am I letting these people command? If I drop dead tomorrow and these people liked me, if I drop dead tomorrow and these people liked me, would they pay for my funeral? Would they even come to my funeral? You gotta love you first. You gotta be egotistical. You gotta be a little bit arrogant. I'm begging you. You gotta put yourself first. Because if you don't, you're not gonna make it. And as a Black woman, people don't want to see you being loved, honored, adored, and cherished. As a Black woman, that's not the agenda for you to be traditional and have gender roles and be Christian. You're supposed to be crazy. You're supposed to be doing whatever you got to do. You're supposed to be on drugs. You're supposed to be sleeping around. You're supposed to be a baby mama. And let me tell you, I don't care where you're coming from. All that matters is where you're going. So even if you have a child or two or three, even if you're overweight and you got to lose 10 pounds or 20 or 30 or 40, it doesn't matter. The foundation of your success starts with loving yourself. The foundation. I lost 120 pounds. And I'm telling you right now, if I didn't see value in myself, if I didn't invest in myself, if I didn't love myself, if I didn't adore myself, if I didn't see the enchantress within me. I wouldn't have spent the money and the time and the research trying to get myself to be the best possible version of me. That's why so many people fail when they're trying to improve their life and not just weight, whether it's relationships or career-wise. It's hard when you don't see value in yourself. And that's why I'm saying to you, stop the lie. Be selfish. Pay attention. Ciara's man is Christian, whether you like it or not. He's a Christian, he's devout. Stop being scared to entertain ideas because it goes against the common status. If she was dumb, she would be with another rapper, Lil Wayne or Migos or whatever you want to call these crazy groups. This girl, she married a Christian man, and I remember when he first came out, they were making fun of him. Oh, he's an entrepreneur. He don't got no money. He don't got coming from lonely, bitter bitches. And I call them bitches because they are negativity vampires. They go from one negative episode to the next, to the next, to the next, and they don't care about you. I care about you. I really do. I want to see all my black queens married, loved, adored, showered, enchanted, enchanters. I want to see you having legacy, generational wealth. I want an empire of happy, healthy, and loved black women that are married, that are married, that have rings, that have play dates, that have nice houses. You are the domestic goddess. You're walking around. You're cooking. You're cleaning. You're managing your household. You're filling your house with feminine love, feminine energy. You're putting feminine love and feminine energy in your food. Your husband comes home. You're his relief. You're his oasis. You're his living, talking, breathing Garden of Eden. And you guys are glowing. You're glowing that feminine energy, and he's giving you that masculine energy. And everything is balanced and everything is perfect because you fucking deserve it. This is about you, black woman, not about my ego, not about what I want, not about what I want to see. This is not about drama. This is serious. This is your mental health. This is your future. This is your economics. This is your love. This is everything. And you can have it. These women aren't better than you. These women have a secret. These women have Christianity, faith, and expectations. And the reason why you see so much successful like Denzel Washington and Angela Bassett and Terry, the reason why is because it's a blueprint. It's a guide. They know where they're coming. They know where they came from and they know where they're going. And you can do that too. If you like how this sounds, join my group. If you like this, join the Laws of Enchantress. I'm going to leave the description box up there like I always do. I'm going to put the links like I always do. And I want you to invest in you and to open your heart to happiness. Stop letting people who do not want what you want tell you you can't have what you want. It is audacity. That's like me trying to lose weight. And I go up to Pac-Man, but like, yo, you go put them white dots down? Nah, son. You can't follow people who are not going along the same path as you. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. Everyone's entitled to their lifestyle. But I want you to go in that mirror, spend some time with yourself, and be honest. Do you want to be loved? Do you want to be adored? Do you want to have happiness? Do you want generational wealth? Do you want to build a legacy? Do you want to be a domestic goddess? Do you want to fill your house with love? Do you want to be able to be soft and be respected for it, be vulnerable and be protected for it? Do you want all these things? And remember, there's no shame. And if you say yes, you come on over to the Laws of Enchantress. You allow yourself to be the healed, whole, black, feminine, sacred. Thank you guys for listening, and hopefully I'll see y'all there soon. Bye-bye.